This past weekend, the latest entry of the Spy Kids franchise released on Netflix. So it's time to rank all 5 Spy Kids movies from worst to best. Coming in last place is Spy Kids Armageddon. Now, I did technically give this movie a positive review, but it's in last place because even though it's entertaining, it doesn't really bring much that's new. I liked how the plot was sort of updated for kids this generation with how kids use technology and the battle between kids and parents regarding restricting technology use. But at the end of the day, it was so beat for beat the first one, with scenes even being almost word for word, and reused too many ideas from the other films when it should have been far more creative given the premise they were going for. Number 4, Spy Kids 3 Game Over. The least spy-ish of the Spy Kids movies. This one wasn't even written as a Spy Kids movie originally, but because that franchise was so popular at the time, Robert Rodriguez decided to rework it as a Spy Kids movie, and it's okay. Sylvester Stallone is great as the villain, the world of the game is creative, but if you're not watching the movie in 3D as it was released theatrically, the moments that are very clearly supposed to be 3D are very distracting. It's also riddled with plot holes and unexplored ideas. For example, it's mentioned that the villain was banished to the game world because he betrayed the spy organization and was friends with Judy's grandpa and then they became enemies, and this is all just barely touched on. It's very clear that there was probably only one draft of the script. Number 3, Spy Kids 4 All the Time in the World. Before we got legacy sequels like Creed, Ghostbusters Afterlife, or The Force Awakens, about passing the torch to the next generation, there was Spy Kids All the Time in the World. And I think it kind of works. It's fun seeing the main characters return, even if it's just cameos. The plot has fun ideas about time travel and controlling time. The 2 kids do a good job. The action is fun. It's just not as good as the other ones higher up on the list. Number 2, Spy Kids 2 Isle of Lost Dreams. This is a great sequel because instead of rehashing the same plotline as the first film, it instead serves to expand the world of Spy Kids. We meet the grandparents who are also spies. The plot about a device capable of shutting down all technology gives the film high stakes. The creatures and other dangers on the island are all creative, but an issue I have with it is they set up a subplot about a potential romance between Judy and the president's daughter, and that never goes anywhere. It never pays off. That's why it's held back a smidge. And coming at first place is the original Spy Kids. This is such a fun family movie. Even 20 years later, it still holds up. The movie is silly, it's fun, it's exciting, it's sharp, it's well written, it has a great message, and that's why it comes in at number 1. So you're on sharing of the 5 Spy Kids movies or the ones that you've seen, and I will see you next time.